Hi, welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. I'm your host, Brian Koval. Before we get started, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. If you want to see me play your favorite deck or your spicy brew on the channel, I take donation deck lists. I'll do a deck tech, play a full Magic Online League, and help tune your list. If that sounds good, check out my contact info. It's in the video description below. Now let's go play some Magic.
Hello everybody, welcome to another BoshNRoll video. Today you'll notice I am in a draft queue, which is completely unusual. I normally play constructed. But today, for limited time only, I think this ends December 23rd, just before Christmas, the Vintage Cube is available to Supreme Draft. And what Supreme Draft is you get 18 packs and you pick the best two cards out of each one. You're not drafting with anyone. This is a solo experience. They just give you 18 packs, one after the other, and you pick your two top picks out of each. So this format can get completely degenerate. I saw Eric Virgo post a list with 4 Black Lotus and a whole bunch of Moxen in it, and it was a Storm deck. So I'm trying to go Busto here. Lion's Eye Diamond, Oko is the best Planeswalker in the Vintage Cube, so I'm slamming that. There's no power in this pack. The last decisions I'm making are: do I want Lion's Eye Diamond, which is a great payoff if we end up in Storm, or do I want one of these dual lands? Like Grixis colored dual lands are pretty nice to have in general. So I definitely want Oko. LED versus Steam Vents is kind of tough. I'm actually going to take this Steam Vents and hope that that doesn't ruin my life. All right, so here we have Umezawa's Jitte, Tinker, hell yeah, Tinker. Hierarch, Gonti, Mox Diamond, so we have a more fast mana. It's not really the fast mana we want. There's also Bargain here. Though if we're taking this Tinker, we are going to have something to turn it on. So I think Tinker and Mox Diamond are fine. Though a cube deck, if I end up with as much fast mana as I want, is not going to have a whole lot of lands in it. So discarding lands, not ideal, but I do still think the fast mana is where I want to be. Like Bargain's a great payoff, but I need fast mana to cast it. And I like this Tinker plus Artifact combo here. Nothing super exciting here. And Teferi's pretty good. And Dragon Lord Atarka is a high-end payoff, but not interesting. Sower of Temptation is a card you can put in your deck. I guess Sower might be fine if everyone's going to have like 4 Tinkers and 4 channels and whatever. Sower might be fine. My other choice is Preordain or Shriekmaw. Actually, I think Preordain might be better than Sower. Oh, Teferi and Preordain? Yeah, I'm going to draft like my deck's going to be broken. It may or may not be, but Preordain helps me find the payoffs. So I'm going to do that. All right, finally some power. Mox Jet easily in the pile. Dak Faden is the second best Planeswalker in Vintage Cube, and we already have Oko. Do have to pay attention to how many colors this deck is going to be, though. There's Mindslaver to go with the Tinker, but Mindslaving in Limited is not quite the same as it is in Constructed. So I currently have every color except black represented, but I can cut some number of these. All right, Dak and Mox is done. Ooh. A second Tinker. We're going to need more payoffs, but I mean, this is only pack 5 out of 18. I'm going to take the second Tinker. I don't want Cold Oath Formager. I don't want second Teferi. Wishclaw Talisman could be pretty dope. And that's a tutor. It's an artifact that I can tinker away. The other alternatives for me here are fetch lands to try to get this potentially 4-color mana base under my feet. But I would prefer to not be 4 colors when it's actually time to play. It's so early in the draft, we don't know what's going on yet. So I'm going to take Wishclaw Talisman and Tinker. All right, we got a Chrome Mox. That's almost certainly going in the deck. Bolus's Citadel, that's a tinker target if I ever saw one. Empty. Yeah, we're not really a storm deck. We do have 2 tinkers though. And if we Bolus's Citadel, we're going to have to shred into something. But I think this is the pick. So that's one big tinker hit. I would like some sort of creature like Mere Battlesphere, Blightsteel Colossus, Sphinx of the Steel Wind to go with the tinkers. If I think that just putting a big creature into play is good enough. But I'll take that for now. Grim Monolith is fast mana, goes with the tinker. Treasure Cruise. I don't really know if I'm gonna get to cruise at all with this deck. I'm hoping to be much faster than that. Ghost Rider's kind of embarrassing that it's even in this cube. Just and Fractured Identity is one of the best cards in Vintage Cube. In normal Vintage Cube anyway. I don't know how the Supreme Cube changes that. That's also my second white card. The core of this deck is blue-black right now with a couple splash options. This is the second white card. I'll take those. All right. Jace the Mind Sculptor, obviously a good card. I don't know if it keeps up in this power level. I could take the Empty now as a storm payoff, like if I do end up in a storm deck. Emrakul, not an artifact despite being colorless. I could just take Creeping Tar Pit and start fixing my mana. Take Tar Pit and Empty. I don't want 2 Bolus's Citadels. That's not a card you ever want to draw. You just want to tinker for it. Yeah, this is not an exciting pack. Vendilion Click. Oh, there's Sphinx of the Steel Wind. That's one of the better payoffs. There's another Ritual, if we end up in a Ritual style deck. The Vendilion Click is good in just like a regular blue deck also. I'm not sure if I'm ready to commit to being a red-based Ritual Storm deck. That's just not really what this deck's lining up to be. Yeah, I'm going to take Sphinx and Vendilion Click. Black Lotus, baby. Give it to me. Put it in my veins. All right, there's and second choice, Mindslaver can go with the Tinker package. And Hymn to Tarak is a good card, and like if we think there's going to be time to like set up, but double black's kind of tough. I'm already asking a lot of this mana base. Smuggler's Copter. I have basically no way to turn it on. I was thinking it's a creature that's also an artifact for Tinker, but I can't turn it on. So I think I want Mindslaver. And with that, my Tinker payoff package will be pretty robust, and then I can start focus on filling in the enablers. All right, I'm in for that. Another Mox and Soul Ring. When you get a pack like this, oh no, Blightsteel Colossus is also in this pack. Blightsteel Colossus is the best creature in the Vintage Cube. It's the best Tinker target. Wow. Sucks these 3 things came together. Like, can I ship a Mox Ruby? I'm going to take Soul Ring. Is Blightsteel Colossus better than... No, I think at this point, like I just said, I'm not going to divert myself. I think the discipline plan is to just take the fast mana and hope that this package is good enough, or we might see another Colossus. Anything could happen. But yeah, I'm taking the fast mana. I'm here to be broken. All right, a third Bolus's Citadel. I'm not looking for that. I think that Thoughtseize could be pretty good here for like the control-y side of the half. Like we're definitely base blue-black, and then we'll see what the splash looks like. The could take Sacred Foundry. It sucks that it's 2 splash colors. Though maybe that's good. Like if I just build a base blue-black mana base and having Sacred Foundry that can cast both Dak and Teferi. All right, maybe I convinced myself on Sacred Foundry, though I think Daze is a reasonable choice, and Desperate Ritual. I like the artifact mana enough that I don't want to commit to rituals. Mana Drain, Winter Orb. Oh, this pack's a brick. Alright, I'll take the mana fixing. What does this card even do? If it was kicked, reanimate a creature. Yeah, I'm not paying 6 mana for that. I have a 2 mana version of that right here. No thanks. Turnabout. I could untap all my artifacts with this. Though I think Drain is probably better. Though Baleful Strix is it's a play, it's a 2 mana play, and it's also an artifact for Tinker. The Drain's gotta be better with all the top end I have here. Then I guess the question is Strix better than Shrine? And I don't think it is. I have all these powerful spells, I do want to cast them. Oh yes, Mind's Desire and Memory Jar. You can tinker for this, draw this, cast your deck. Cabal Ritual is appealing, but I like these a lot. That's what I'm doing. Alright, 3 picks left. A second Mind's Desire, don't mind if I do. And I'm never casting Channel. Like, getting green is basically not going to happen with this deck, unfortunately. So what is good? This does Tinker stuff. Sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. And discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. I'm not excited about that. I'll take this Grixis Shard land. Though Arid Mesa can fetch Steam Vents, Sacred Foundry, and Godless Shrine. So I think Arid Mesa might be better. That somehow gets all 3 of the dual lands that I've put in my deck so far. Alright, another Mox, taking it. I just want shitloads of artifact mana in these last couple packs. All I want in the world. In Worn Power Stone, also artifact mana. This actually ramps, but not in the same way that a Mox does. This does a more fair version of ramping. I don't think I would play any of this other stuff, though. In Thirst for Knowledge is maybe. Gruul Signet also ramps. Yeah, this ramps for 2 instead of ramping for 3, so I think I want to do this. Okay. Yawgmoth's Will. Do I actually have things to cast out of the graveyard that matter, though? Like, I have the 1 Black Lotus. And Urza is pretty nice in general. Pretty reasonable consolation prize. I mean, Will is a pretty good card. I could also just take Karn Liberated as something to ramp up to. Primeval Titan basically doesn't do anything in my deck, if I can even cast it. So, Will versus Karn is my decision right now. Like, Karn is a reasonable, fair backup plan, and so is Urza. This is tough. Yeah, just Lotus is the only thing that goes to the graveyard, really. And I have 2 Mind's Desires, so I want big hot bangers to hit off of that, so I'm going to take the Karn. Though I think Marsh Flats might be a reasonable choice also. And the last pack is disappointing. So Lion's Eye Diamond. Did we get there on Lion's Eye Diamond? The only thing that really combos with it is the Wishclaw Talisman. Because having another 0 for Citadel is cool, but that's not really what I want to be doing. So I could take Narset and this on-color dual land. I could take another Karn. The enters the battlefield tapped aspect of Creeping Tarpit is the only thing that's giving me pause. I guess Prismatic Vista is whatever I need it to be. And I think Narset is the next best thing for my deck here. Like, she can keep the party rolling. Like, if I flip her off Desire, she can find the empty. All right, this is my deck. This is my draft. Now I have to build a deck. So you have to put 40 cards in your deck, and you draft 36. A lot of these are already mana sources. One of my mana sources requires you to have extra lands, though, which is a little awk. I don't know if Teferi is going to make the cut here. Like, Fractured Identity is good enough to go into white for. I do want access to blue, though, because I have Urza, Narset, Click, and Drain. Alright, so right now, as is, it's recommending 3 islands and a swamp. I have Prismatic Vista, so I'm pretty sure I want a mountain in there somewhere. I'm just going to add the mountain as well. So that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 like pure mana sources, and then Gruul Signet, Grim Monolith, and Mox Diamond on top of that. That's a lot of mana. And 2 of these are fetch lands. So I might be botching this mana base, but I think it's fine. Like, I just have to mulligan well and make, if I can get my artifacts up and running, this is pretty exciting. All right, I'm gonna do it. Let's go play some rounds of Supreme Vintage Cube. All right, we're on the play in round 1. You'll notice that the Teferi is back in the deck because as I started to join the queue, I realized that the only green sources for Oko were Mox Diamond and Gruul Signet. So I switched to Teferi, which is a card I can actually cast in my deck. This hand does not get off the ground the way I need it to, so it's going to be a mulligan. Oh, my opponent apparently was going to just scoop if I wasn't recording. I appreciate that, I suppose. All right, so Chrome Mox interacts pretty awkwardly with my entire hand. So I've kept this hand. I'm thinking about what I'm putting on the bottom, but imprint. When Chrome Mox enters the battlefield, you may imprint a non-artifact, non-land card from your hand. Add 1 mana of the exiled card's colors. So this card was printed before artifacts had color. So there's a black card and an Esper card that I would love to imprint on Chrome Mox, but I can't because they're artifacts. And then Karn Liberated, which is the other 7-drop in my hand, doesn't make color because colorless didn't count at the time. So I think I have to bottom the Sphinx of the Steelwind because that's my Tinker target. I'm going to cast Preordain and see what happens. I found a second Desire. I'm just going to pass here. Like, I can Chrome Mox next turn. If there is a next turn. Like, this, it's possible that this hand is just too slow for the format. Like, my opponent is already on to Academy 2 Mox Emeralds. Oh no. Am I getting paradoxical outcomed? Okay, they just passed the turn with that. Okay, so I can play this Grim Monolith. And I think I'm going to pass again. Next turn, what can I do? So I can play Wishclaw Talisman, and wish for Black Lotus, which is mana neutral. If I draw a card with any color, I can desire for 4. Phyrexian Metamorph, okay. So I suspect that this will copy. Oh, okay, Grimonolith. I would have guessed Mana Crypt, but I guess if their hand isn't going anywhere quickly, that's not the best. Alright, so I did not draw a card that has color, but I did. I could just cast Karn, though. Yeah, we're talking in the chat about how crazy this format is. So I could just put Karn on the stack. Or I could do the Wishclaw thing. But if the Wishclaw thing fails, then they have Wishclaw Talisman. Like if I wish for, you know what, fuck it. I'm here to storm. They appear to be F6'd. So I'll get the Lotus. I'm going to play Chrome Mox with no imprint. And Desire for a 4. Fractured Identity, hell yeah. And several lands. So Dak Faden get in. Exile target non-land permanent, unfortunate. So I guess I want to steal Mana Crypt. And then I'll exile Wishclaw Talisman and get another one. Alright, so they didn't have a payoff last turn, but I didn't have anything last turn, so let's see if I get like upheavaled into the sun. But even if they have upheaval, the last card in hand would have to be some sort of storm card. Oh, Emrakul. Yikes. So they get to control my next turn. And yeah. So yeah, they just hard cast Emrakul with no cards in their graveyard. So they get to do a bad Wishclaw Talisman, give themselves Wishclaw Talisman, and then plus Dak to make my hand as bad as possible. And then I get a turn. Then we'll see what happens. So they probably just fail to find, unless they can like get Thoughtseize and Thoughtseize myself. That's probably worse than failing to find. Or they could get Tinker and tinker away one of my mana sources and then fail to find. Yeah, so they can make it a lot worse. They also get to see my whole deck this way. Yeah, knowing your opponent's whole deck in this format's pretty cool. Let's see how much damage they want to deal, or they're able to deal. Flying trample protection from instants. Yeah, unfortunate that I have Dak and they could just Thoughtseize me because, yeah, alright, they're going to Thoughtseize myself, then probably... I wonder if they even plus Dak. Like, they could plus Dak to make my hand worse, but my hand is already just Gruul Signet, so... Yeah, you probably don't even plus it. because then it's on 2 and I can steal my Witchclaw back or something. Yeah, Karn is one of the few answers for this thing. Fractured Identity is the other, and that's already gone. So I need to rip Tinker into Citadel. That player takes an extra turn, yep. So the last choice to make is, do you activate DAC or not? They could, I don't know, like they could, no. I was going to say they could cast Gruul Signet, then mill me for 2, but that doesn't matter because I'm still drawing Wild off the top. And then DAC has more loyalty than not. So yeah, just passing the turn sounds right to me. Good call. I've lost 2 flips to be exactly dead to Emrakul. So now let's see. Do I find the Tinker for the Citadel? I could Memory Jar. What does that do? I guess I get to see 7 cards in their deck if I Memory Jar. Off we go. Found a Tinker. Unfortunately, this land comes into play tapped. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm gonna pass the turn here and see what 7 cards they discard for the information, and then I will concede. Mind Twist, Demir Signet, Walking Ballista, Moxjet, a second Mana Crypt, and Brainstorm. Alright, I'm dead. Alright, so 13 mana, just Emrakul. So I don't think my plan changes. I mean, my sideboard is literally Oko. Like, unless I want to put Oko into my deck instead of a card that I can cast with the mana I have available. All right, let's go again. Back into the grinder. Yeah, I thought we were doing well for a little while there. When they didn't do anything, they had like a zillion mana. So they had Academy, Mox, Crypt, Vault on turn 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they had 10 mana on turn 1 and didn't do anything, but it turned out their card cost 13. I'm gonna keep this. I can preordain, see what I find. I'm kind of hoping to find any land off the preordain, and then I can tinker on turn 2. All right, found a land. Bottom, top. So I think I want to just hang out. No point to run out the Mox Diamond. Like next turn it'll produce Storm. And, oh shit. I guess they take Tinker anyway, not the Mox Diamond. So I was not gonna play around that. Like if they take Diamond, I just cast Talisman. They kind of have to take Tinker here, because if they take Talisman, I just tinker them. If they take Diamond, I tinker them 2 turns from now. So this will be pretty interesting. But this they basically have to take. This is not an option. I think they are figuring out all of those things themselves right now. Oh, they took Diamond. Okay. I guess if their hand can set up and do something busto before my third turn, then that makes sense. Like, they have another answer to the Tinker. Whoops. Well, tinker me timbers. I'm gonna get Citadel and hope to not hit a bunch of lands in a row. Shit. Well, that party ended quickly. Please don't have Dak Vaden. I have Wish. So if I get another turn with Citadel still in play, I have a land drop to make and Wishclaw Talisman to shuffle. Oh god, they have their own Bolus to Citadel now. Let's see how far this goes. Oh, Brainstorm with Bolus to Citadel, that's a combo. Alright, well, played straight into that. Phyrexian Metamorph. Wop, 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 wop. Maybe the top of their deck and all 4 cards in their hand are all lands. What do you think? Spending mana for something. Maybe they have their own Tinker. Oh, Mind Twist. I don't care about Mind Twist. That's fine. Okay. If they pass the turn here, that's not bad. They missed the Wishclaw Talisman, which was the card I actually care about. But I guess if they like floated 2 counter spells on top of their deck with Bolus' Citadel, they could still shut me down somehow. Huh. 6 mana. 6 life. I do need to find the mana to actually cast the or activate this though. Though killing them will like killing them with their own Bolus' Citadel will be fun. Alright, so I'll take the Gitaxian Probe. Oh, hello. Well, I might as well get the Storm off this Wishclaw Talisman. So I'm at 3, or I'm at 5 right now. I can cast this Vendilion Click, though I already know that their hand isn't important. If there's an instant in between the Mind's Desires off Bolus' Citadel, you can cast it. Oh, and I can just leave Mana Drain on top. Not bad. Nope, save that for last. Cast the Chrome Mox, no imprint. I'll play the land. I'll play this land. I'll empty. Alright, so I get to Mindslaver them. I'm floating Drain on top and they're dead on board. Let's see what they kept. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Show me your secrets. Wee! This is fun when I'm winning. Oh, just lots of lands. I was right. Let's get a look at their deck. Alright, so the Ballista, they do have an Upheaval. Sundering Titan and Mere Battlesphere are the payoffs. Emrakul, Hull Breacher. Alright, the Hull Breacher is good to know about. And 2 Mind Twists. Okay. I'll actually find a land because I do want to keep going off here. Oh god, I have to pass priority for both players. Miserable. Alright, so that's all they've got. Just gonna float all their mana and pass. And now we attack for Mega Lethal. I didn't even need to attack. I could have sacked 10 goblins to Bolus the Citadel last turn and sacked another 10 this turn, but this also works. Yeah, that was pretty lucky that they actually did just have a zillion lands. Back in we go. So I think my deck actually has better payoffs than theirs does. Like, they can get those quick mind twists, but I'm pretty good at, like, they have a lot of air. So I have a turn 1 Thoughtseize and a Mox. This is not the fastest hand, but it feels pretty safe unless we just get dumpstered. Like a Mind Twist for 4 right now would be pretty bad. Oh, they know my secrets. Yeah, that Inquisition of Kozilek not taking Tinker was bold. And obviously I top decked pretty hard to cast the Tinker on time, but I think Tinker was the clear choice. Ooh, Mesmeric Fiend. Alright, they get to take something. Probably my Mox would be my guess. Alright, they worried about their own hand. Fair. There's almost no removal in my deck. We've seen Inquisition of Kozilek, so I'm gonna run out the Mox. Even if it costs me Storm, I'm not storming anyway. The targeted discard's really good in this format because every deck is so good. You just need something to stay alive. This looks like Mind Twist to me. Yep. Hit my 2 lands. Cool, cool, great. Literal worst possible. Fuck. Alright, need an island off the top. Oh good. I'm all set up to play a Gruul deck. Now I'm gonna die in 1-point chunks from this Mesmeric Fiend. That's why Mind Twist is good compared to even like Thoughtseize or whatever. Just being able to randomly shred your land sometimes. Alright, got there. So I think I want to plus this turn so I can minus next turn and have a better shot at my Thoughtseize. Like the card I draw this turn, they can just recast the Mesmeric Fiend and take it again. I could also just use Teferi to minus on Mox Emerald as like a 1-mana Dark Ritual. And that'll cast Fractured Identity. Though if I draw another Mox, maybe it's better to just get straight up to Mind's Desire. Okay, I don't have black mana. I didn't have double blue either, so got it. So I think I do want to make that play. Fractured Identity on Mesmeric Fiend's not really where you want to be, but it's not the worst. Like it's a 3 for 1 even. Let's see what you got. What's left in that hand? Ooh, Upheaval and Mishra's Workshop. I'll take that Upheaval for sure. Alright, now I need to find a black or blue mana, and then I can start doing stuff. Alright, running out Mana Crypt. I feel like they just want this game to end at this point, because they've seen Dak fade in. Oh, I guess they've seen Thoughtseize too, so maybe the mana is worth more than the potential life loss. They also said they would have just conceded if I wasn't recording, which I appreciate the consideration. Oh, that Mind Twist was so fucked. With Teferi, I can cast Mind's Desire as an instant, like if they ever try to do stuff. Cool. Just more shit I can't cast ever. I've drawn most of my Tinker targets at this point, so that's fun. So even if I draw Tinker, it's not great. I guess dumping this hand with Memory Jar would be pretty nice. Oh no, what's happening? I have Teferi. Oh, they have Hull Breacher. Okay. Their hand is Hull Breacher, and they forgot about Teferi. Good to know. So I might have to, if I don't draw a black source, I might have to cash in Teferi just for a card. Yep. Oh shit, no I can't do that because, I guess if I bounce Hull Breacher I still get the card. They can just replay it, but at least I do get a card. I prefer just to draw a mana source. Okay, okay. We're in business. Maybe. I can at least play Narset now. Ooh, I found Black Lotus. Yeah, I think it's go time. So I can bounce Emerald. They get a treasure, but I end up getting Desire for 4. I think that's fine. I lose to Fairy, whatever. So, blue, blue, blue. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Desire. Found a bunch of lands. Delightful. And Mox Diamond that I can cast but doesn't do anything. And I can't play those extra lands. Nice. Not bad. Pretty bad, actually. Now I just have to hope they die to their own mana crypt, pretty much. Alright, so I'm probably going to lose Narset to Hull Breacher here. I don't think I can afford to give them their upheaval. I am ahead on this board. Oh, they're going face. Interesting. Do they have some sort of ninja? Oh my god, was this in their deck when we saw it last game? I hope so. Oh wow. Top 2 cards, you may play those cards. Alright, so they get to Mind's Desire me for 2. They got to steal my Urza. This is so much fun. Play those cards without paying their mana costs. Alright, so they get to shove my Urza into play. And my precious Godless Shrine. They even have an extra treasure from Hull Breacher. God, you have Oko too. Oh, you don't have to pay mana for that. I guess they can spin Urza now with that floating mana, unless they want to replay the Hull Breacher. Alright, Mox Jet. That was sweet. This is a lot of fun, even if I lose. This is pretty ridiculous magic. Oh, they have Metamorph also. I would make another Shinobi, I think. They could make another Construct just to get even bigger. And then they have... Oh, and this gives them 3 blue for Hull Breacher. Very clever. Ooh, less clever now. And empty the warrens, perfect. Just what I needed. So I'm going to steal this Shinobi. They should flash in Hull Breacher in response. Now, unfortunately, I'm 1 mana short of making 6 goblins. And Dak does not combo well with Hull Breacher. It does combo pretty well with Narset. Urza is giving them upheaval seems so dangerous, but I am pretty far behind on this board. I don't think I can take another Shinobi hit. Oh, they get a few more artifacts in play. I literally can't take another Shinobi hit. 6, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they can spin Urza again. Mana drain, cool. All right, that one will go away. I'm not casting any instants. So the way this went down, they're kind of motivated to pick off my planeswalkers. Still going face. No fear. So I could let this Shinobi hit because the upheaval will end up having more of my creatures, or I can jump Shinobi plus them with Dak. Then they draw a card and discard 2 cards because of Narset. Yeah, I think I want to chump Shinobi, let them have their upheaval, attack with my Shinobi. Alright, that sounds reasonable. Doesn't trample, just a zombie ninja. Okay, alright, I'll make the same block. This did its job. Alright, how about black mana? Is it time? Alright, that's black mana. So I'll have them draw a card, then discard 2 cards. Remand and upheaval are gone. So Thoughtseize and Empty, again, the artifact thing is coming up strong here. Thoughtseize is the only card I can exile, which is, I'm in luck because their hand doesn't have any spells in it. So maybe I just play Sphinx of the Steelwind here. I haven't actually counted. Do I have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, I'm actually short. So Wishclaw. There's no laws when you're wishing for claws. I could go for Tinker, but the only Tinker thing left in my deck is Memory Jar, and there's Hull Breacher and Narset in play, so that doesn't even do anything. Alright, yeah, I'll just make goblins. That should buy some time. This just gets eaten by the construct. Next turn I can steal the construct with Dak, and then I have good attacks again. They're still bleeding out to their mana crypt. I absolutely cannot afford to give them this Wishclaw Talisman. Like, unless I'm winning on the spot, because their deck is so full of bangers. This game turned out pretty interesting. We both had some crazy hits. I don't know how it's going to end yet, but the fact that we're still playing and this has been so dynamic has been fun. Oh, they drew some sort of artifact. I wonder if it's the battle sphere. Yeah, they're tapping workshop for something. Oh, Sundering Titan. Yikes. Alright, so I'm losing this plains, this mountain, this island. They're losing a swamp. Okay, so Dak can steal Sundering Titan. This game has been a delight. I could also plus them with Dak again, as none of this stuff tramples. I have a lot of chump blocks here. And then I would still have Dak in play after stealing something, so he could rebuild and steal another thing later. One, two, three, four, five. They can flip with Urza. Be surprised if they don't. Like, what else is this mana doing? Alright, yeah, there it goes. But they have to tap their blockers to do that. Or, oh yeah, okay, so to do that, they would have to tap one of these big blockers, and I steal the other one. So that's not as good as it immediately looked. Am I able to look at my deck? Okay. It's here. So Teferi, Desire, Karn. Karn is in my deck. Oh, I just lost 3 mana. Never mind. Karn's not in my deck. Not in any functional capacity anyway. I could get Tinker. That doesn't do anything. We determined last turn. So I'm just going to target them with Dak again. I'm going to let Mana Crypt do the job. And hide behind my chump blockers. Dak would actually be milling them for more if Narset wasn't in play at this point. Sundering Titan leaves the battlefield. Okay, so if I steal Sundering Titan and then they bounce it, they get to destroy a bunch of lands again. This Mana Crypt is cooperating so much. They are committed to just permanently untapping this Mana Vault, though. Just being at 5 is a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Oh, I could attack them for 2. Like, even if they block everything, they still take 2, and they're dead to a Crypt flip. If things get desperate, I can try that. Alright, my hand sucked anyway. Joke's on you. One, two, three, four, five. They can flip Urza. Oh, scary stuff. Alright, swamp. Not a problem. I can beat a swamp. Or I don't lose to a swamp. I'm not sure if I can beat anything. So this is the turn where I steal Sundering Titan. They still don't have good attacks for the same reason as last turn. If they attack with this 7 power creature, I'll steal this one. Okay, so I can just trade off. Or I can chump block. I think chumping makes more sense. Just buy myself more time. And that's one less blocker they're going to have this turn. So I'll steal this. I can tinker this away now, which would destroy this plains, this swamp, this island. They have so much mana, it doesn't even matter though. So I attack for They block the construct here. Oh my god, what's in this deck? Mindslaver's in the deck. I could tinker for Mindslaver. Do I have the mana to activate it? 1, 2, 3. I'm one short. Okay. I think I just keep passing the turn. Alright, yeah, my opponent said they're making up for my bad Mind's Desire with their bad Urza spins, and they are not wrong. Alright, yeah, I guess I could have tinkered for Slaver now, and then just have it ready for next turn. This crypt has cooperated so much. They've won like 3 in a row at 5 life. I have the biggest creature in play now, which was not true a turn ago. I am basically dead on the spot if they ever find their Emrakul, though. No! Alright, does that actually kill me? I think it does. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna give up to that. GG's. I think I was ready next turn to... I don't know. It was close. That I was a turn short of the Mindslaver, or a mana short of the Mindslaver. The Sundering Titan came right on time. Emrakul came right on time, so not bad. That turned into a crazy good game. I was not expecting all that. On to the next one. All right, we won the die roll, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have turn 1 Bolus's Citadel. That's a keep. All right, well, let's do this thing. This paying 2 life might have been a mistake. When I'm about to Citadel. So do I save this V-click for their upkeep? Nah, I'm going to do it right now. So Treachery, Emrakul, Show and Tell, Time Walk. Nope, you can keep all those cards. That was fucked up. Let's hope they don't draw a Mox. Ah, come on. Alright, so now they can Time Walk into Show and Tell. I still beat Emrakul, though. Because I attack with my 11 creatures and then sacrifice the other 10 to Bolus's Citadel. I guess they could put in Treachery. Oh no, that's enchanted creature, not enchanted permanent. All right, yeah. If they put in Treachery, stealing Citadel, they would have won. But that's not a thing you can do. I'm not even going to show them the Tinker. I'm just going to kill them. Wow, 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 wow. That's some powerful magic. So, I mean, all I saw in their deck was Show and Tell, Emrakul, and Treachery. So I'm just going to submit the same deck again. None of these Moxen make blue, unfortunately. I am going to keep this hand, though. Like, this is too close to a Giant Desire for me to ship it. That makes blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. And Desire for 6 on turn 1. There's the Citadel. Karn. That's more like it. On the play for the final round. This is not a turn 1 Bolas' Citadel. This is a turn 1 Wishclaw Talisman with a bunch of 6 and 7s in my hand. I'll mulligan this. This is a turn 2 Tinker. I'll keep this. I'm going to send Mindslaver to the bottom, because I'd rather it be in my deck for future Tinkers. Also, if I send a land to the bottom, that's one more land I can hit off of my turn 2 Citadel. Alright, so I'll run that out. Hopefully they just play like Llanowar Elf and pass the turn or something. Just give it to me. Let me have it. Please don't have Spell Pierce. Resolve, yes. Alright, Citadel, let's go. Oh, I can re-tinker? That's not what I want. Shit. That's so fucking funny. So I could just re-tinker, get back, oh fuck, I'm just gonna pass the turn. When Tinker not being restricted is a downside. Oh, basic planes. Haven't seen one of those yet. I don't know how many there are in the cube. Or like how many people are playing basic planes in the cube. Coercive Portal. Alright, that's a pretty good turn too. Almost as good as well as the Citadel. Show me your secrets. Alright, so their hand is Forest, Marsh Flats. Alright, and this Mox Ruby means that I can empty this turn. Oh, I can also Desire right now. Karn. Yeah, this should get a scoop, I think. Yep. Oh. Vintage. Alright, same deck, still no sideboard. Back in we go. I wonder how many people actually end up with sideboards in this format. Isn't this the same hand I mulliganed last round? That's right, it was a good mulligan last round too. This is the same hand I just mulliganed. I guess this one does have 2 mana in it though. This is slow. Yeah, I have to ship that. Alright, this is a keep. At this point, I mean, obviously Karn goes away, and I think Diamond is the worst one of them here. Just having to discard a card when I'm already on 5 is not a good deal. Hopefully I just draw Tinker and win the game. Not quite. I think I just want to sit on this. I mean, if I get Mind Twisted, I'll feel really stupid. Alright, never mind. I'm going to play around Mind Twist. I think it's more likely that they have discard to punish me than that, like if they have like Thalia or anything, their discard spell, I guess, alright, they get their own Soul Ring now. Like if I draw a Storm card right now, I'll feel kind of bad. Alright, couldn't cast that one anyway. But that is the downside of running out all your Moxen. Yeah, missing on double blue sucks. Now I kind of wish I did keep the diamond, but I mean, hindsight, 2020. What horrible fate is about to befall me? Karn, okay. I hope they go for my hand. Nope. They're too smart for that. They know that mana is an important resource. in Magic the Gathering. Here's this, a little late, but if they minus Karn again, they lose Karn. Exile a card from their hand. So I'll get rid of the Mind's Desire. I'll sit on the Mana Drain. Wish I had both because they are a nice combo. Alright, so I'm going to counter this, and I'm going to top deck Memory Jar. That's the plan. Or my own Karn. I'll accept that too. Or Tinker is something. Or Basic Mountain. Shit. Alright, all dressed up, nowhere to go. Alright, Karn just plussed. Oh wow, they're on to Shambling Vent, Beatdown? Or were they just... Oh, okay. Connecting with Jete is fine. My deck doesn't have any creatures though. What do you think this is? Ooh, no laws. It's time to wish for a Tinker. Yeah, so I'll get Tinker, then Tinker for Citadel, and hope that we can go off. I still have my land drop. Alright, that was a little premature, but okay. Teferi's not the worst. It draws a card. That's another clear off of... Oh, okay. So I go to 3 on this. I think that going to 3 is worse than... Like, I could just draw this card, just bounce something with Teferi. I guess I bounce Wishclaw Talisman if I'm going to bounce something. Because Karn can just minus on this thing. And my life total is a huge problem. Alright, yeah, I'm going to bounce my Wishclaw. That's more like it. So I'm going to use the Memory Jar to clear the top of my deck. Alright, so found Black Lotus. Cast this. What? My basic mountain's already in play. I don't really want to Thoughtseize them because their hand's going away anyway. I'm gonna have to shock. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shock because Steam Vents is like... Alright. I'll do this. I think Steam Vents is the better one to get. Alright, Preordain, not bad. Scry is a good card. Good ability in combo with... Alright, so I can Tinker again. I can chip this Groll Signet. Keep the Tinker. Dax, not really what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just one short of clearing this Karn with Fractured Identity. So I guess I have to Tinker again. And Citadel has done what it's going to do this game, so I'm going to sack Citadel. Though I get a shuffle if I sack the Jet, so I'll sack the Jet. Guess I could still run zeros off the top of the deck. Get Mindslaver. Getting up to 4 mana seems unlikely. Grim Monolith. If I find Chrome Mox... I don't know, this all is looking pretty grim at this point. Yeah, I'll take Mindslaver. I'll make them win this turn. Alright, Urza is stranded there. So now I have multiple tough things to target with Karn. They have Mind Twist, Rex Sage, another Mox, another Signet, and some lands. So this Jitte is actually kind of good here. I mean, it's just going to eat a bunch of goblins. Like, I'm obviously chump blocking. And then they have to exile Mindslaver, or else Mindslaver exiles them. In Soviet Russia, Mindslaver exiles you. Yep, there goes that. I'm drawing Urza. It's pretty exciting. Ooh, found a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, Wishclaw Talisman. What's left in this deck? Dak Faden is in the deck. Fractured Identity's already gone. Both Tinkers are gone. Karn is still in the deck. I don't think Karn helps me here. Oh, I don't actually have to imprint because Urza taps this like a Mox Sapphire. Oh, there's Karn. Maybe next turn. Or I guess I should attack Karn with my Gabos first. See if I can get some pressure off this Umezawa's Jitte. Like if they just -4 right away. Though if they don't do that, I could lose. Yeah, if they don't take the bait. Though I guess if they dump all their Jitte counters onto Urza, that's not the worst thing. So 1, 2. I have to cast Urza first. And then I can cast the Wishclaw. So Karn will probably minus on Urza, but then they would sort of have to. So if I do this and if I do that, I lose. All right. No attacks. If I do that, they just let Karn take 3, and then they minus on Urza, and then minus their counters, their Jitte counters on Construct, and the game ends. So I just have to pass here. Yeah, I think sacking that Mox Jet instead of the Citadel a couple turns ago is coming back in a big way right now. It's bad news all around. Exile target permanent. Oh, they went after Wishclaw. I guess that makes sense. That shrinks the construct. Alright, so if I block Shambling Vents with everything. No, that's also bad. Alright. I'll just chump again. I'll make them commit 4 of the charge counters to Urza, or else they're getting Karned. Oh. They're going after the enabler. Do they have another answer to Urza? Oh, that seems crazy to leave me with Urza in play. I gotta be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is the correct amount of mana. So now I think I do attack. I attack Karn with all 5 of these, and then they commit their Jitte counters. I guess that doesn't matter because I'm exiling Karn anyway. Gotta keep it liberated. Oh, Karn, exile Karn, classic Tron. They can exile Urza next, or just kill Urza next turn with the Jitte, like they have to do. Another Shambling Vent attack. Yeah, I made fun of this Jitte when they cast it, but this game has gotten super grindy, and Jitte is the only reason they're in it. So, good for them. So if I block with 3, they can pump once, they still end up with 4 counters, so that doesn't actually help me do anything. Just stay with the chump block plan. Coercive Portal, sure. Now they gotta kill Urza. They gotta show some respect at this point, right? Yeah, alright, finally a little respect around here. For one of my favorite creatures ever printed. Alright, can't cast this Thoughtseize. Can play this land. Alright, Bolas' Citadel, finally doing something. Alright, I just drew 2 cards off Citadel, so all is forgiven. I can fetch down to 1. What does that do? I don't have a basic plains in the deck. Alright, I'm gonna fetch to 1. There should still be basics in the deck, I hope. There's exactly 1 basic, it's still in the deck. Ooh. That is not the worst thing. That's a white source, which I'm desperately running out of. So I think I plus this turn. They get to draw an extra card, but that's not a huge deal. Then the minuses can start again next turn. They were slow rolling a Mox Jet. Okay, I could just bounce Coercive Portal also. What does that do for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. It can sack itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm not there. This Sphinx of the Steel Wind I feel like will win the game when I get to it, but I gotta get to it. Right. I don't want them to draw an extra card. I'm gonna bounce the Coercive Portal. Cash in the Teferi. Alright, that's a white source. The Mox Diamond lets me play the Sacred Foundry without taking damage. So here comes Shambling Vent. I think I minus on Vent and cast Sphinx next turn. Portal, and they are Hellbent again. Cool. Dak Faden on the top. Alright, Mox Diamond, go. White, black, blue. Sphinx of the Steel Wind is in play now. So I guess, do I exile Jitte, or do I exile Coercive Portal? No, I think I go after the Shambling Vent before I go after the Jitte. Yeah, fuck this Vent. I can steal Jitte with Dak next turn, so that's way better. Alright, hope they don't play any haste creatures. Alright, so Carnage destroys all non-land permanents. Homage. Alright, yeah, I'm voting for Homage so they get to draw a card. They would love for there to be some Carnage here. There's already lots of Carnage. There's so much Carnage that you can have Carnage on your Carnage. Carnage was my out to other Carnage. Revelark. So there's a Rexage in the graveyard that can come back. Oh, or alright, that's fine. They can't see that deck on top of my deck, but I can. I know all. I see all. Yeah, so I want to steal Jitte now. So when this dies, they get back Reclamation Sage. That can kill something. It'll probably have to kill the Jitte. Alright, they're thinking about it. I wonder what yeah, the thought is how they're gonna spend their counters. Alright, they are shrinking my Sphinx. Isn't that mostly the same as pumping the Revelark? Like, I think that's just worse than pumping Revelark. So even though I control it, I still have to re-equip it somewhere else. So I want to get rid of the Coercive Portal. That's my last enemy here. The goblins attacking are free. Oh. Did I just lose? Okay. I just lost the game. Wow. They played that beautifully. Maybe Karn should have plussed. I guess I can try to shred through my deck now. I have some extra life points. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Nope, they got me. Wow, good game. That was a really good Coercive Portal. I could have played around it, I guess. Like, if I plus Karn, I know what's going on. Maybe I should have given them the benefit of the doubt when they minused on Sphinx instead of plussing the Revelark. Like, I should have suspected more was going on than them just doing the wrong thing. Didn't give my opponent enough credit. A fatal flaw. So this hand is not coming out very fast. It has double desire. I'm going to mulligan this. I'm going to mulligan this too. This is a turn 1 Tinker. Alright, so sending to the bottom is Preordain. I would like to find that off of the Citadel. I guess I have to send Monolith as well to get my turn 1 Tinker. Alright, this. That's why you mulligan in Vintage. This. Now let's hope Citadel doesn't hit a land right away. The second Tinker is actually fine in this case. All right, Narset, let's go. That also clears the next land I hit. Narset, find Black Lotus. Yeah, Narset found Black Lotus. That's how we do it. 3 Teferi, bounce Grim Monolith. That ramps mana and clears the top of my deck. Turns out that didn't matter. Alright, I did my best. Not a bad turn 1. Maybe I should have played the Lotus. If they discard me here, we have seen Mind Twist out of them. That would be kind of a bummer when I could have played around it. This looks like a Mind Twist for 2. Oh, it's Metamorph. Alright, they're going to get their own Citadel. The race is on. They've already played a land. Alright, good. They whiffed. So, Dak Faden. I can steal their Citadel. Ooh, Desire. Okay, what does Desire do? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I do have 6 mana. I want to get a little more Storm before I Desire for 1. Or Desire for 2. So I'm going to take the Desire. Oh, Fractured Identity. So I'll exile their Mox Pearl, I guess. This puts me to 4 life. Alright, as long as I still have 2 life. Okay, now I can still make my land drop, don't even have to shock in. Karn is a little too expensive, so I think I want to minus Dak to steal their Citadel. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Desire time. Let's Desire into Desire. Haven't gotten to do that in the league yet. One more time. Please don't concede. Let me do this. Give it to me. Let me have it. I have Teferi in play, so I'm not getting Mindbreak trapped or anything. That's already done. It's been determined. Urza, hell yeah. That's kind of like Mind's Desire. The only thing they can be thinking about is whether or not to concede. That Thoughtseize isn't looking good. I don't know, it might. So, Signet, these are all free. These don't cost life. Oh, Karn's back on top of the deck after all that work. Urza, let's go. Oh, I could cast Karn and drain my own Karn and then go to second mate and have 7 colorless mana floating. Oh, but no, I still have to pay the 7 life. It doesn't matter if it resolves. Oh, almost made a mess out of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll activate Urza. 3, 4, 5. Oh, I floated 6. Just showing off at this point. Yes, Desire into Desire. Count it. Urza into Desire into more Desires. Preordain. Tinker. Oh, there's Karn. Vendilion Click. All right, they finally conceded to all of that. Not bad. I don't know if I can view this deck in a better way, but this deck was pretty strong. Just the deck was so strong we left Oko in the sideboard. I guess there's not a whole lot to say. This format is busto. We did a pretty good job storming out. We lost the round we lost because Mind Twist hit our swamp. Like we would have won the game pretty easily if it didn't. But that's fine. This was a lot of fun. Play this while it's out because it's not out for very long. It's a ridiculous format. I'm probably only going to do it once. Like that's the one time I'm going to do it. I don't get a whole lot out of the just masturbating like that constantly. So I felt it. It was fun, and now I'm done with this. So go have fun while it's out, and I hope you enjoyed this pseudo vintage content. And I'll see you next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Adios.